Well, we are in the soap studio today because I have to make 50 pounds of Christmas soap. I have been putting this off long enough. It is time to get grinding. I have all of my oils ready to go. And yes, all I need to do is focus and get this done. This is going to be our first batch of Christmas soap. So as we get started today, I just hope that I can breathe in a little bit of the season and anticipate what is going to come right around the corner. So if you are interested in joining me today, please stick around for the rest of the video. We're going to be making Christmas soap today. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Dulce and I'm the owner and creator of Sweet Hope Naturals. We are a bath, body, skincare brand and we are located here in Northern California. So I am excited to share my days with you and a little bit behind the scenes of what it's like making all the things that we make at Sweet Hope Naturals. It is a joy and it is a blessing to get to do what I do. So please stay for the rest of the video as we get all of our Christmas soap ready for the season. All right, I am melting my butters right now. I have 4 different batches of butters, so I am putting them in the microwave. Just getting them warm enough to melt down for me. Okay, so while my butters are melting and I'm getting them all melted, and then they're gonna sit there for a little bit so they can cool down just a bit. I'm also reactivating my lye solution here. I added some aloe and my sodium lactate to my 50/50 lye solution, so that activated it up again and it's nice and warm. Not crazy hot, just a little bit warmer and ready to go. But while I am doing all of this, I need to look up my notes from last year. So I am going to make a soap that it's going to be this will be my 3rd year making the cedar and spruce, and it smells so good. It sells really well, this one and my Merry Appleberry, which we're going to work on after this one. Both of these soaps sell really, really well, and this one, cedar and spruce, just smells like a Christmas tree. It smells so good. And I just don't remember if I added any walnut shell powder, because I like to make at least one of them to be a little bit exfoliating, so a little scrubby. So let me see what I did last year. So I like to write my notes in a soap maker. There's a crazy fly flying around, so if you see me doing this, it's because of the fly. What was I saying? Yes, I like to keep up with my notes in soap maker, and I don't always do that, because you know that especially when you're like doing 4 batches of soap, one after the other, like to stop and take notes, like you're in the zone and you just want to knock it all out. And sometimes I don't stop to come into soap maker and make any additional notes that I need to make. So I've been trying to get better at doing that. And now that I have had soap maker, I think I started putting things in 2022. So we're now in 2025. It's starting to come together as the years have progressed, and I've gotten more used to using it and keeping it up to date. I love that it stores all of my recipes, anything that I need to know or remember about a particular recipe. Again, when you start making as many different varieties of soap as most of us soap makers do, this is such a great thing to have. And I'm just thankful that I decided in 2022 to go ahead and buy Soap Maker 3. So I do work with Soap Maker 3 just to keep up with all of my raw supplies and my recipes, I get a good idea of how much everything is costing me. I keep records of what I need to order and when I need to order. I just can't keep up with it on my own like I used to when it used to be smaller, when I used to only make 10 or 12 different types of soap and, smaller quantities of things. Now I'm keeping track of so many different ingredients. So I am making it a habit to come in here more often. And I can be sure that more than likely it's going to be updated. It's going to tell me exactly, if I have the packaging supplies, if I have the raw supplies, if I need to order. And I love that because it just gives me a sense of peace. I know that I'm not over ordering things or I'm not going to run out of things because I'm keeping track with it. So what I want to do right now is, it's been a whole year since I've made cedar and spruce. And yes, it does have walnut shell powder, so I remembered that properly. I actually also add some pumice to it just to give it a little more extra exfoliation. And I think because it's like a woodland, like winter woodland Christmas tree type of soap, it makes sense for it to be like scrubby. You're going to get that exfoliating feel. It's just going to feel like woody and naturey and rustic. And I love that. I don't know if naturey is a word, but that is how I am describing this soap today. My vocabulary has become quite limited ever since I, entered the perimenopause phase, and it's just wreaking havoc on my memory and like my grammar. I forget my words. So just, apologies for that. I hope you don't mind my lack of grammatically correct sentences here. And the lack of vocabulary is really the part that I just laugh at myself when I'm editing my videos, because I'm like, wow, like you just said that. Do you not have a better way of expressing yourself? Oh, it comes with the territory. On top of that, as a business owner, you have a gazillion other things in your head. And so yeah, it makes total sense that I can't put any words together properly to make them sound like they make sense. All right, so last year I put red petals on top. So I wanted to get like a green. So this is a green soap, by the way. I don't think I said that. So it's going to be green, and I'm going to color it with green clay and spirulina, and a lot of spirulina because I wanted to get a nice deep green color. And then last year I put red rose petals on top because I was thinking red and green Christmas. I don't know if I want to do that this time around though. I don't think I want to do the petals. So I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. Okay, so then we're going to add walnut shell. We're going to add the sea clay. We're going to add the spirulina for the color. We're going to add pumice. I already have my aloe. So all of these things are accounted for in my recipe here. And then if I needed to make any notes about this accelerating or misbehaving on me, I have absolutely no notes, and I have no memory of anything going wrong with this soap last year. And I added the same amount of aloe to my 50-50 lye solution, so I should be okay. So the photo I have from last year has the red petals on it. And I think the year before that, I had cones. Little cones on the top. They look so pretty. They look like cones. I don't think they're cones. I don't know what they're called. But you know what? Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the cones. I think I'm going to do the petals, but very, very light on top. And that's it. It worked. People liked it last year. Last year was a little bit dull in terms of color. It's kind of light gray, greenish color. I'm looking at my photo here. If I can pull it up, I'll put it on here for you guys to see. But I'm going to try to add more spirulina so that we can get a nice, like, deeper green color. Okay? So that's the plan. All right, guys, I hope this is a good angle for you. I wish I could do the overhead. That would look really satisfying and really nice, but I don't have the ability to do that with this camera yet. I need to get a different attachment for my arm. Okay, so that's the melted butters, and then these are just my room temperature liquid oils, and that should bring everything down to a nice room temperature. All right, so let's add all of our clays and additives that we're going to add to this. Okay, here goes the green clay. Okay, here goes the spirulina. I really love the green from spirulina. Other people, I think they do spinach powder, but spirulina just gives it such a beautiful green. I've never tried the spinach. Gotta try that. But spirulina does have a little bit of a fishy smell, but it doesn't come through into the soap, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, so I just added pumice, and the last thing I'm going to add is some walnut shell powder. So that is going to make it nice and scrubby. So I make sure to dissolve all of the clay, all of these powders into the oils first before I add my lye. That way I don't have to use the blender that much, you know? I don't have to overblend my batter. Look at that, what a beautiful natural green color. It's so pretty. All right, here's my fragrance oil. It is standing by, and I'm also going to grab a whisk really quickly before I forget. Okay, so it's pretty much ready to go. We're going to put in the lye solution with some aloe and sodium lactate. We're going to bring it to a light trace, and then we're going to switch over to the whisk so we can add the fragrance. All right, guys, here we go. Look at that. It is not accelerating at all. It is nice and fluid. Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, it's almost ready to texturize. Just gonna do simple texture so we can put the flowers on top. This is the most fun part. This has definitely hardened quite quickly now that it's in the mold. So the petals are going to be a little bit loose. I'm trying to stick them in, but I also don't want to make a mess. If they fall off, they fall off. It's fine. We just want a little bit of color on top. I don't like to put too much botanicals. You know, I don't want to end up with like black spots on my soap. Been there, done that. I just want a little splash of color. But yeah, this is hard. So now I see what I meant when I made that note about it accelerating. We put it in the mold, guys, just in time. And look at, like, these waves are not budging. The more that I stick the soap in there, and it's not budging because it's so hard already. This is beautiful. So now we're moving on to batch number 2, and I'm about to look at my notes. Let me just pour in all my oils here. Off camera, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just putting them into my big mixing bowl. And this next soap that we're going to be working on is my Merry Appleberry, and it smells so good. It's fruity, it's spicy. You can definitely smell the Christmas in this, like apple and berries and spices and mint, and just, I don't know, it just smells like Christmas. I don't know how they do it, but they make it smell like Christmas. All right, this one is a white base, and then I swirl in some green and red. And I am out of my dark red that I had last year. It turned out really, really nice. So I'm going to see what I'm going to do about red. It might not come out the same as last year's, but that's okay. As long as we get it close enough. All right, we're going to look for our mica. I think I need to mix some titanium dioxide. So I'll bring you guys right back when I have all that ready to go, okay? So this is Merry Appleberry, and I have everything ready to go. I have my green, I have my red, and then I have some TD standing by for my main batch. I did look at my notes again in SoapMaker. Thank goodness that I did, because it did tell me that my base got a little bit too hard and I wasn't able to make the swirls that I wanted last year. And had I not looked at the notes, I wouldn't have remembered unless I went to go look at the photo. But I haven't done that. But since my notes tell me that that's what happened, I am going to be ready with a whisk. I think I'm just going to use the stick blender just to get it very light trace, and then we're going to move on to the whisk and whisk everything in before we add the fragrance. And hopefully our TD doesn't make our base get harder before our other colors do, which is something that happens to me a lot. So we'll see. Let's continue with Merry Appleberry, soap number 2. Okay, so Mary Appleberry is done. It's looking good. It's not the prettiest top, but I know that underneath those colors are going to be amazing. And that's what we want. I'm starting to look crazy, and I think I might have to go get a bandana or something, headband for my hair, because it's getting intense in here. I had to mix all the colors and get the mold ready and everything. So that's 2 down. We have 2 more to go. And I'm still kind of undecided on one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and move with ginger spice. This is another one that I've done for the last couple of years. That's going to be the next one. So let's put this guy to sleep and let him rest until tomorrow when we cut into it. All right, let's get going with the next one. Okay, we're back. Soap number 3 is going to be ginger spice. And we're going to go ahead and mix our melted butters with our liquid oils. And we're just going to do a brown, like for like 2/3 of the soap, and then the top is going to be white. And I already have my mold ready to go. I'm going to grab some napkins. All right, ginger spice is done. It looks good. All right, let's move on to number 3. We're almost done. Okay, for my last soap, I am going to blend 3 of my holiday scents that I think are going to work well together. I hope. This one is a cinnamon. It's very heavy on the cinnamon. It's like a cinnamon clove. Okay, that's what I smell the most of. And then I have a frankincense and myrrh, which smells, oh, very earthy. I love it. So let's add some earthiness to the spices. And then I'm going to add some minty freshness. This is like spearmint. Okay, so let me see if I want to add anything else. Smells good. Okay, I'm going to add more of the Christmas cinnamon and clove. Yep, I think that's good. All right, so soap number 3 is a blend of spearmint, peppermint, like fresh, snowy type of scent with frankincense and myrrh in there, a little bit of that as well. And then for the most part, we have cinnamon and clove. I blended them together. It smells amazing. And I just decided I'm going to be calling this Oh Holy Night. And since I'm going to be calling it Oh Holy Night, it has to be dark, some sort of dark black, gray, or blue. So I think I'm going to go with indigo blue. I'm not going to try an ombre because I don't know how fast this is going to move. So I'm going to plan for just all blue, and then I'm going to try to swirl in little bits of white to kind of symbolize like stars, although it's not really going to look like a star. But I'll just swirl in some white in there. And then we'll see how dark this blue gets. And if I need to add charcoal, I will. Sometimes I add a little bit of dark charcoal to my blue so it gets a little bit darker. So let's check it out and see how it's going to turn out. So I usually add my indigo straight to my oils. That's really pretty. I'm going to add just a little bit of charcoal. Added a little bit more indigo and a little bit of charcoal in there. Oh yeah, that looks like a midnight blue. That looks really pretty. All right, let's lighten some up here with some white, and we'll see what happens. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, guys, this is perfect. This is just what I wanted. I'm gonna chopstick swirl real quick. Look at how pretty. Okay, we are all done with our 3 Christmas soaps. I am so happy with this last one. It's going to be called Holy Night, and I love all the little speckles on there. It doesn't look blue right now, which is interesting because usually my indigo turns really, really blue. However, I started using an indigo that I got from somebody else, so that could be the reason why this is leaning more to a gray rather than a blue. But either way, it looks beautiful, looks natural, looks like stone, almost like a stone material with all the little speckles. So this is going to be Holy Night. It's a new blend that I just decided to do on a whim, and it smells really, really good. I was able to do chopstick swirl on here, so I'm going to bring you guys back tomorrow to cut all 4 of these soaps, and we'll see how they end up looking on the inside. I am super excited for our Christmas soaps to finally be done, ready to be curing, and by the time you're watching this video, it shouldn't be too long for them to be able to be released, and I will definitely let you guys know in the description box below when that is going to take place, depending on when this video goes up. So yeah, these are going to be great, and I am planning to do another batch of each of these. So I will do at least 2 to get us started for the holiday season, and I think that might be good enough. I usually have to do a 3rd one of the Merry Appleberry because everyone really, really loves that one. I think it's because of the colors as well, but also because it just smells fruity and Christmassy. It's a little bit sweet and a little bit just, I don't know, it's sweeter than the other ones. So I think that's one of the reasons why people really like that one. But I will bring you guys back tomorrow. Everything went well. We didn't have any disasters. So hopefully when we cut everything, it's going to look great. I am so tired, getting ready to end the day for today, but tomorrow afternoon we'll be back in here and we'll cut all of the soaps together. All right, guys, we are back the next day. I've already sliced all of my soap back here, so we're going to go ahead and show you how it turned out. So I want to start off with this one. So this is the indigo soap that we made last. And as I suspected, that indigo powder was really coarse, and I know it did not dissolve properly. And how do I know that? Well, because we have speckles on our soap, and now they're like purple. This was not the vibe, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just concentrated pigment from the indigo that didn't get dissolved properly. And I suspected that this was going to be the case when I realized that that powder was really coarse. The previous indigo that I was using, I wish I could have gotten it from the same supplier. So beautiful, so powdery and soft. I would just add it to my oils and mix it in with the oils, and it was perfect. And it would give me such a beautiful deep blue color. But yesterday, I mean, working last minute and not thinking things through properly, I realized, oh, this is a new indigo powder that I'm about to open up. And when I saw how coarse it was, I was concerned, especially because my oils and everything was at room temperature. So it wasn't going to be warm enough to like dissolve everything before mixing it in with the lye. So I probably should have thrown it into the lye for a little bit. But now I know for the next batch. I think it's cute. I mean, it just looks very natural and very like earthy. It doesn't look like it's messed up, so it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. And it smells so good. But I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't realize that in time to fix it. So let me show you the rest though. I think the rest are gonna be okay. So here is the gingerbread, and we were able to get like little dips in there. And then my top, like white, supposed to be kind of like the frosting on like a gingerbread man or something, or a gingerbread house. And smells really good. So that one is fine. And then we have my cedar and spruce, which is like the star of the show. It smells so good. And this one also has speckles in it, but this is because of the walnut and pumice that we have in here. So this is going to be scrubby. And I love it. It's so pretty. And then lastly, we have our Merry Appleberry. And we have a lovely swirl in there. Hopefully we get some cool designs. Yum. All right, so I'm just going to bring you along as we cut through this, and hopefully they look good. Let's start with our speckled indigo one. Let's bring you guys down here, maybe this way. I really like the swirls though. Look at those white swirls. Turned out really nice. And there it is. Ooh, look at that. Those are some pretty swirls. Oh, if only it wasn't so speckled. Yes, I am loving the swirls on this one. Look at how pretty. So pretty. Look at that. All right. I'm happy with that. What do you guys think? I know I messed up with all the speckles, but it's natural soap and a natural colorant, so I'm not too upset about it. All right, here we go with our ginger spice. And this is fairly simple. Just got a nice top on it. I didn't get as many ridges as I would have liked because it was really soft. When I poured it. Very, very cute, and it smells so good. Perfect. Moving on to the cedar and spruce. My favorite, actually. Pretty. Look at that. That is all green clay and spirulina. Such a pretty color. And just a little bit of rose petals on top. It's just so pretty. It smells so good. And this is a nice exfoliating soap. And the green clay is super cleansing and detoxifying. It's just all around goodness. Spirulina is very nourishing as well. I love making natural soap. That is actually good for you. All right, guys, here we go. Last one. This is the Merry Appleberry. And let's see how those swirls turned out. Okay, we're starting to see a little bit more of a swirl there. I did get, like, it got thick on me, so there's big chunks of the red and the green, but we tried to swirl as much as we could. So yeah, not as pretty as I would have liked. Let's try another bar and see how those are. I feel like this one didn't really get didn't get too much color on this one. Okay, not too bad, but not as pretty as I would have liked. But that's how it goes with soap. You gotta accept it for what it is. Let's do one of the end pieces here. See if that's any different. That's cute. I don't know what I'm gonna put out anymore. Let's do it on this side. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Okay, so a little bit more color in these. That's cute. Oh. Big blob. See, those are my blobs. They got so thick. But hey, we got color in there. Ooh, look at that bright red. It's so pretty. Another blob of red. That's pretty. Ooh, that looks like 2 leaves right there. And another one. Soap is so unpredictable sometimes, but I am happy with it. It smells like Christmas. It's made with good, natural, nourishing ingredients, which is the most important thing. And we did get some pretty swirls in the indigo one, although I am dealing with all those speckles. We'll see how it goes as it cures. Sometimes they spread out a little bit more. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But either way, looks good. And the next time we restock these batches, I'll definitely be prepared with the indigo, and I'll also be prepared with how quickly this one accelerates so that I could do better with the swirls on this one. But you know what? Last year, I don't think I was able to swirl it at all. So the fact that I was able to get some swirls in here is a win. It's really pretty. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me and watching me make all of this soap. This is 50 pounds of soap. I think if we count the total bars, that's about, let's see, I think we're talking about 160 bars of soap if I'm not mistaken. So that's a lot. We got a lot done, and I am happy to finally scratch that off my list and move on to the next thing. So thank you so much for sticking around as we made soap together today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.